On Jarace Walker, number 25, versus Taylor Hendricks, who we'll see later. I have concerns with Walker defensively. This is Jordan Miller, who's a fringe NBA wing. And he's just quick enough to beat Walker off the dribble. Like, I do have some concerns Walker will be able to stick with them at the NBA level. Walker is definitely more of a 4-5. Similar concerning thing here, where he is just shifting to his left and he can't stop his momentum in time. This little change in direction is going to send Walker like feet in the wrong direction. So I just worry about his quickness defensively. One step for him right here is about to be like 3 little steps from Walker. A little bit of happy feet, but also that's just how he moves. So I'm skeptical on the perimeter, but he makes a good impact inside, and he's a good rebounder. He sees at this juncture that it's head down to the basket. So he's going to provide great help defense and be a good weak side rim protector. Walker rotating as the low man, picks up that roller, defense fills for him, and then it's not a box out, but it's impactful man-on-man rebounding, and then he's able to eventually corral it. He was critical to this whole possession. He's the only guy that puts pressure on the ball as he enters the half court, and that saves the possession, really. Smart defensive play. He's got good hands. This is a pretty impressive block, and his physicality, when he uses it, is awesome. My biggest qualm, as you'll see, is that he uses it pretty inconsistently. I'm not the biggest fan of this part of his game, but he's a pretty limited self-creator, so this is definitely part of the future. This is a prime example of contact aversion. You need to just go at somebody here. For somebody with a 35-inch vertical, I know that Norchad's well positioned here, but he's in the restricted area, so Jarace should just go through him. This little push shot around the basket, I hate it. It's like the most frustrating part of his finesse game to me is that he doesn't capitalize around the basket. Shot 35 of 65 on layup attempts this season. That has absolutely got to be a dunk. Right here, off his own miss. Again, 35-inch vertical, 4th highest at the combine. Just rise and wreck the rim. Or at the very least, like, pound dribble and get up super close. Like the little floater there, I just don't like it. And it isn't good. He is inefficient around the basket. At times, he is super fluid. Good read on this guy over pursuing. And this is with his left hand. Left hand, little finger roll. Watches it go in. That's good composure in the air. Good rebound. Having this type of body control for a guy his size and like smooth orientation, big green flag. Like it or not, he is a finesse big on offense right now. Similar story here. This is also just soft. He's got to be like crafty enough with the footwork or explosive enough for this to be a dunk or like a gimme layup. Misses it, but the handle here is nice. And this is the type of extension that I at least want to see more often. This is about to be indicative of Walker's lack of self-creation on offense right now. He's going to get the ball with 10 seconds to work with, and this is the outcome. That's the kind of spot that he likes. And it's not necessarily that he's super raw as a self-creator. He's just basic, I guess. Like slightly limited, I'd say. About to do a step back three. That is in his bag. He doesn't hit it here. But shooting overall, hit about 33% of his threes. Off the dribble shooting in general was pretty unpolished. 33.7% on 49 off the dribble possessions. Good handle, tough bucket. All the mechanics look good, so even though his shooting and off the dribble numbers aren't great, expecting growth there, I think, is pretty fair. Compared to Hendricks, Jarace's handle's way nicer. That's real wiggle. And even though he gets denied right there, that's with his left hand, which is a great thing to see. Just more good comfort with the ball and a ridiculous shot. So the shot making is good, but the actual self-creation abilities are worse. Passing is the X factor. That's a nice find. And he has real upside to be a secondary or tertiary creator in an offense because he can just collapse a defense so effectively. This is one of the few possessions I saw all year where Walker gets a rebound and starts to bring the ball up the front court himself. But I would like to see that way more often. I think that Houston's tempo, which ranked in like the bottom 30 in the country, kind of mitigated that part of his game. But I would trust him with the flashes of the handle that we've seen and the passing IQ to be an offensive initiator for me. That's an awesome pass. Boom, turn, see it, hit him. That's nice. Beautiful pocket pass here. Hits the window perfectly. About to show off a great move right here. Uses physicality, even just putting a little arm on his back. Like at 240 at full speed, that's going to move a guy out of the way. And then selfless player, good dump off. Awesome touch pass here. Finished with like 65 assists and 50 turnovers in total, approximately. But the feel for the game and like little passing acumen like that, it's pretty rare for a guy his size. It's pretty intriguing.